What's going on, guys? It is Jamie and welcome to the channel Thrift on Fire. Now, if you're new to the channel, I'm normally going to thrift stores, garage sales, estate sales, pretty much anywhere I can find stuff cheap to flip online. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a few things that I sold recently on eBay and Poshmark. First thing I want to share with you guys is this little CD player unit. It's an MP3 player, CD player, cassette, radio. It does it all. It's just a little unit, and I picked this thing up for about $5.49. Let me show you a few pictures. It's basically in like brand new condition. I listed it about 10 days ago, and it sold for a best offer of $42. I think I might have had it listed for around $50, but still a pretty good quick flip. These little units always sell good for me. I normally want to make sure it has the antenna. If not, it's not a deal breaker, but it certainly doesn't hurt to be complete. This one has an aux in, and like I said, it does the MP3s as well. So you can have it plugged in with batteries. The battery compartment is clean as well. If this is dirty, sometimes I would leave it. If it's not too bad, you can take a little toothbrush and like vinegar and like try to get like the corrosion off. But usually I'm looking to make sure the battery, behind the battery door, everything is clean. But this one did sell pretty fast, like I said, in about 10 days. All right, next up, this is actually a personal item. I've probably had this for close to 10 years, and I value this around, I think maybe I had it listed on eBay for like $80. And I figured as we get closer to the end of October, any offers that I was getting on this, I was gonna accept one because it is definitely something that's a little bit seasonal. I wore this all year around because I liked it, but I think the average person probably would buy this for maybe like Halloween costume or just cool fall, October, gear. But a really cool one right here, like I said, personal item. I think my wife paid $120 some time ago. I've enjoyed it for 10 years and still sold it for $60. That's a win in my books. Next up are these Apple AirPorts. You guys see me pick these up in a recent video, I think at Simply Secondhand. I paid like $8.50 each. I think in the video I thought maybe selling them together I'd get between like $80 to $90. I think all in with shipping and taxes and anything, I think the buyer's into them about $98, but I did accept the best offer of $75, so there's shipping and taxes and whatever, but still pretty good. I'm into these just over $16, I don't know, whatever it is, right? I think maybe 17, 18 bucks. Regardless, pretty nice flip, $75. I've had these for a while. I just cleaned them up maybe a few days ago and listed them, and they sold right away. I don't know why it took me so long to list these ones, but still a good sale any way you look at it. So next up is a CCM Edmonton Oilers McFarland jersey. Now I found this in a little mom and pop thrift shop, and I was pretty excited when I found it. I think I posted it on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it's at Thrift on Fire. I think right when I found it, I took some pictures, listed some comps, and said, hey, I think I found a good one. This one did take probably, I'm gonna say like a month to sell roughly, and it's still on Poshmark for $98. I think I had it listed a little bit higher on eBay, but this is a pretty awesome one. These jerseys are like the alternate jerseys from, I'm gonna say maybe the late 90s, early 2000s. I'm not really sure the timeline, but very cool jersey nonetheless. If you do find any of these third NHL jerseys or jerseys in general do sell well. If you can get stuff cheap, pick them up. I believe this one I was in under $10. I don't remember the exact number, but I know it was super cheap. That particular store had jerseys for $20, $30, and this one happened to be like I said, $8, $10, and I picked it up. Now this jersey I picked up at Goodwill some time ago. I'm gonna say maybe 6 months ago, and I've been sitting on it. We're just kind of getting into hockey season now, so I think I probably bought it at the end of hockey season last year, and I thought it probably would sell anyway, but over the summer it just sort of sat, and now that we're getting into the season, it sold for $68. Pretty good. This was I think an eBay sale. Size small, not a great size, but I still got nearly $70 for this guy, and I don't think I paid more than $15 for it. Next up, this vintage jersey. I didn't really know what it was. I was at the Goodwill bins. I think I also posted this on Instagram. Like I said, it's at Thrift on Fire Instagram. So when I was at the bins, I think the very next day, I posted this to show people what I got. I probably paid a couple dollars for this. I just seen it was a cool jersey. I took my iPhone and did the Google Lens search. I found pretty quickly this was the Long Beach Ice Dogs jersey. I had no idea what that was. I found it was a minor league hockey organization. And some of these vintage jerseys, this is a vintage CCM one, I believe. No, it's vintage Bauer, sorry about that. Sell for pretty good money. Now, this one, I seen comps of close to $140. This one had a few little flaws in it, so I was okay taking $90. But like I said, this came from the Goodwill bins, so I'm clearly into this basically next to nothing. And Yeah, it sold well. Yeah, see, like right here, the Bauer thing is kind of off, and somewhere there's like a little stain. I'm sure, maybe did I point it out? There's some other minor flaw in this, but it was very minor for sure. So yeah, good sale, flipping anything clothing wise from the bins for nearly $100. You know, that's pretty good in my books. Next up, the Bryce Harper jersey. Now you guys see me in the end of my last video. I was kind of flustered, couldn't find anything good, and I thought, hey, why don't I check out the Antique Mall? This guy's always got good jerseys. I kind of shared that with you guys. So a lot of times I'll wait maybe a few months and go back. I went back the other day thinking maybe, oh, he replenished after this. So it was only a few days later. It was just the 2 jerseys that I didn't buy hanging there. But this one sold for $45. The reason why I took a best offer so soon, even though I just listed this, is that currently the Phillies are in the playoffs. Who are they playing? The Phillies are playing San Diego. So, you know, this is probably the time to sell it. If I don't sell it now, it's probably going to sit on it until next year. Yeah, Bryce Harper jersey. I think this one, I think we figured I paid what? I'm kind of guessing at the second. I think we averaged it out to maybe like $14 or $15 a jersey. So turning that into $40 or $45 plus shipping is still pretty good. You know, Bryce Harper jersey, it's a 46 3XL. It's a pretty big size. You know, somebody wanted this and bought it. It's just that simple. When you find bigger jerseys tend to sell well for me. You know, the small ones do eventually sell, but anytime I find bigger jerseys and get them listed fast, they usually sell pretty fast. Next up, another jersey. I know it seems crazy, but right now it seems like all the jerseys that I've bought recently are just starting to flood out the door, and I'm pretty happy about that because the average sales price of jerseys for me is about $50 to $100. And this one was picked up at Goodwill, and for some reason it was tucked in with like the women's clothing. It wasn't hanging on like a special rack or anything. I think they priced it at just $8. Yeah, and it's a London Knights women's Reebok jersey. Very nice. I believe there's some little thing right here. I don't know if that's sort of like an extra little stitch in there. I didn't know if that was meant to be like that. I don't know a lot about women's jerseys, so I pointed that out in the pictures. But yeah, pretty nice OHL hockey jersey sale. Most OHL hockey jerseys sell pretty decently. I haven't had this one that long, but like I said, because hockey is in full swing right now, I do believe that's why some of these jerseys are going so quickly. Now that we're getting into fall and then winter, unfortunately next, I'm just going to start to sell like throw rugs again and wool blankets and stuff like that. Now this one I've had for a while, best offer accepted. I picked this up for I think $6 at Salvation Army. I don't really know too much about Boyd Bears. I just thought it was cute and I looked it up. And there were sold comps for anywhere between $30 and $50. I've had this one for a while. So when I got an offer for $23, I just accepted it. It went somewhere pretty close to me, locally in Ontario, I believe, and the shipping was reasonable. I didn't lose any money on anything here. I do pick up throw blankets on a regular basis. You know, some are worth like in the $30 range, some are worth in the hundreds of dollar range. I did want to share this with you because we are kind of in the season where these type of blankets will sell. So if you have anything like this, get it listed because it will sell this time of year. Last thing I want to share with you guys is this vintage Calgary Flames pullover jacket. It is a men's small. It's a little bit smaller, obviously, and I'm assuming it's vintage. I couldn't really 100% tell, but just based on the little side zip and like the material inside, and it just everything felt like early 90s, 2000s. So I didn't really put a date on this, and I'm sort of was guessing it's vintage, but I'm pretty sure this is a vintage piece. This tag looks pretty old to me as well. Nice little jacket, nice little pullover. I found this at the most expensive Goodwill in the world in St. Thomas, Ontario. For some reason, this happened to be just sitting there for $8. Most times jackets are $25, and then if it's something like, you know, that's got like brand like NHL or some sort of branding, you know, who knows? Sometimes $50. A lot of times they're asking eBay price, but for whatever reason, this one was $8, and I scooped it up. I also on the same day scooped up a vintage, I believe, 80s, early 90s Maple Leaf jersey for something like $10. So pretty unheard of there. Most of the shoes are like $25 to $50 on a regular basis. Jerseys, I've seen like basketball jerseys in there for like $60 to $80. So why these two items were priced so low, I have no idea, but definitely happy to find them. Hopefully this helps somebody figure out what kind of things are selling at eBay right now. Right now, jerseys for me are hot items, blankets, and throw blankets and like Wool blankets are going to be hot items going into fall and winter, and you know, electronics are always a must in my eBay store. Anyway, guys, if you do like videos like this, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing for more content. Until next time, take care, stay safe. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.